I'm tweeting us out. You introduce yourself.
Oh, hi, I'm Tiffany.
I'm Scott. And I'm a bad multitasker.
And you're watching and listening to Tell Me Something Terrible.
You are. And we do this not live. So deal with all the bumps. It's fine. Good.
I'm going to squirt her.
Thank you.
The dog.
What?
She just keeps...
That escalated quickly.
She keeps scratching at the door.
Let her scratch. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Anywho, did my shameless plugging on Twitter. So we're good. Nice black eyes. Thank you. If you haven't heard, I broke my nose 2 Sundays ago.
Yeah.
They looked way worse. Oh wait, it's backwards on the screen. This was like completely black from here to here. So this
Can I pull up the picture?
This is a market improvement. No, you don't have to pull up the picture.
Of how crooked it was?
No,
No, I didn't show how crooked it was.
You put it out on Facebook. Anyway, they are rough, but they're getting better. She offered to cover them with makeup, but we decided just let them fly.
It wasn't too crooked. It's just like just a little bit crooked. It's not too bad. It's been worse. I've seen worse. It's mostly straightened out now.
Yep.
Did you want to start with your cringeworthy story that you thought you'd save for this?
Oh.
The rabbit hole you went down?
Okay. So this is weird, but we get tagged in Twitter posts by like random people where they just pump out all this content. So there's a guy, his name's like Ian something. I don't know what his Twitter handle is. I should know. It's a bit more Jewish now. I have no Jewish in me. A lot of German. Unfortunately.
Ooh. It's mostly Scottish.
It's predominantly German. Anywho, so we get tagged in these posts with like 20 other independent podcasts by this guy who I don't know, who just added us, and now he does this.
No, we appreciate the shout outs though.
Yeah. Except, where are you going? No. Now you get to hear when we let the dog out. Normally I pause. Not tonight. So anyway, can you still hear me? Don't turn on that light. Blinds me. So anyway, in all these posts he put it like tags us in, it's always hashtag FF, which I didn't know if it was like Fan Friday or find some. I don't know. I didn't know what it stand. I didn't know what it stand for. But I made the mistake on Friday of clicking on it. It stands in some circles, obviously not everywhere, but if you click on FF on a Friday, on Twitter, apparently there's a big hashtag for Fisting Friday.
Wow.
Yeah, so you get a lot of that fills your.
Well, I guess it goes along well with the hashtag shameless plugging.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start using FF.
No, I don't think so. Because some of the shit I saw in like the one page that popped up, I was like, I'm in the wrong place. Like, it was some scary shit. Fan fiction.
Oh, worse than fan fiction.
I don't know if this was this is not fan fiction. This was full on dudes. Like, it was all dudes, and it was. It does feel it. It was. There's some things I'll never unsee. I almost want to tag you in some of this.
No. Because then it could escalate, and I wind up with feet pictures on the internet, and that's just nobody wants that.
It was scary to say. Like it, shocked me a little. Anywho, all right.
We'll have to broaden your horizons.
No, I don't even feel comfortable saying some of the stuff that there's 2 GIFs or videos or whatever, and one of them I scooched my phone away from me because it terrified me. Anywho, it was gross.
Now it's filled with viruses and who knows what.
Exactly. So, are you gonna read us some Christmas story? Hopefully your guys' Christmas was well.
Yeah.
Thank you for the mic, by the way.
Yes.
I'd turn around and get it, but I'd pull a cord out from somewhere. No, it's on the ground right here.
No, I didn't want it on the ground. I moved it.
Oh, it was on the ground right behind me.
I didn't want it to get crushed.
I kind of want to hang.
It's a new mic.
Yeah, I kind of want to hang it from the ceiling and hold it like I'm gonna announce.
That's Scott's favorite saying.
It's not my favorite saying.
He hates it.
No.
The first time I said it, he was like, "What?"
Yeah, I was like, "Well, you can say we don't kink shame. I don't know about yucking someone's yum." But I just want to descend this from the ceiling and then use it like I'm announcing a boxing match, like in this corner, and like have the echo effect. But
yeah, so thanks. We really appreciate it.
yeah, now we have to buy an audio mixer, and then we can start having all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
You're very quick on that.
I'm so excited.
Yep. Anywho, so in the spirit of Christmas, we are going to.
Do you want to shout out where we got our new mic from?
At Big J 1066? Yeah. Sure. I was like, we already said his name. I didn't. Yeah, we are.
No, I don't think we did.
Oh, well, we said his real name. Or she did. Her comments are up there forever.
Oh, no. So I guess now that we've kind of covered our...
Also, we have not watched one episode of The New Witcher yet.
Don't spoil it.
Don't spoil it, yeah. We're waiting to just binge it. Maybe, like, ditch our child for a day and binge them all. But
yeah. And yes, we can be a farcy podcast now. So farcy. Beth, she said we can be a fancy podcast.
I know it.
Yeah. So, I guess we should officially get started then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this?
Christmas lore.
No, I meant like...
I already introed.
Did we?
Do we need to do it again?
I thought we did our names. I didn't think we did the other part. Anywho.
We can do it again.
No.
Take two.
I knew you guys already... No, I'm talking... I knew you guys already binged it. I saw Jamie... I think he commented either midstream or on Discord. I saw he said you guys already powered through it. Super jealous. Because it was... Yeah. He was talking about you guys watched Spider-Man, binge-watched Witcher, and he played Tarkov or something. That was like his whole weekend. And I was like, that sounds pretty good. Anyway.
My weekend was spent working and then spending time with my family.
If you're curious what we're drinking, it's vodka, Sprite, and Mio, because we're adults and that's all that's in our house.
And it's Christmas time. And our little ornament, where did you find these at?
The
the little
thrift store across the street from us.
They're amazing. They've got like quite a Scottish vibe to them, but it's just, it's just Mackinac Island.
Yeah. Their crest is a lion wearing a crown and a unicorn. Mm-hmm. Naturally.
Which is, I think it's Ireland's national animal is the unicorn.
Yeah.
Ours is the eagle, and theirs is a unicorn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what the downside of this is?
I can't look at you.
Less munchies.
Oh, yeah.
Anywho, and if we need a break in the middle of this, like to let our dog in, we're just
put a little screen up.
Yeah, just switch back and forth.
Yep.
We do have, hold on, this option when I get sick of looking at myself, and then we can just throw hers up big time. So
just the conversation with our lone follower. We appreciate you.
No, we have 2 followers.
Okay.
She's just the most recent.
Yes.
But anywho, do you want to start, or are you just picking at your nose?
I'm messing with my nose rings. I'm sorry.
Sure.
Just gotta lean back for the COVID cough.
Lean back. All right.
It's been with me for a while now.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay.
So we're gonna have some Christmas fun, and we're gonna talk about not Western Christmas traditions. We're gonna talk about Eastern, like across the pond Christmas traditions.
Okay.
Older than Christmas traditions. So.
How far should we go in, like Asia or just Europe?
Just Europe.
Okay.
Just Europe. The UK and Iceland. So like really white Europe.
Okay.
Yep. So
islandy Europe.
Yeah. Yes. Because yes. So we don't have a lot of fun dark Christmas traditions. So I'm super jealous. So I thought we'd cover some darker ones. So
non-Krampus.
Non-Krampus.
Okay.
Because we missed Krampus. Krampus Day is on the 5th of December. So we missed that.
Okay. I probably won't remember that, but
next year we'll have Krampus since our daughter no longer believes in Santa.
I was thinking we have the Beauty and the Beast like horns already. I could probably do a pretty easy Krampus.
Yeah, you could. You have the tongue for it too. He's got like a long Satan
That's
tongue.
a weird thing to say out loud.
Haven't you seen this? Whatever. You've never looked up pictures of Krampus. You would understand if you did.
I got chased around him and in Call of Duty. That's about all.
Oh.
It was like Bigfoot with horns.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like a very dark gothic. Is it satyrs? Yeah, satyrs. The half goat, half human.
Yeah, like Philatides.
Yeah. So in Europe, more specifically in Welsh communities, where during the winter months, they are frequently visited by the Mary Lwyd. I'm gonna try not to slaughter these.
What?
The Marie Louid. I think that's how it's said. I listened to like a 45-minute documentary. You'd think that I would retain this information, but again, if I'm dropped in the middle of a country that does not speak English, I'm gonna die. And it's not because I don't want to learn other languages. I'm just fully convinced that I cannot.
I'm just gonna respond to Beth via the chat.
Oh, oh, that's bad. So anyway, they're frequently visited by the Mary Louid. She makes her appearance anytime between Christmas Day and like the 12th night, sometimes a couple weeks before. There's like a 6 to 7 week period that she shows up in South Wales.
Okay.
So every parish celebrates differently. Some it's a single night, some it's like a weeks long affair, and it's most popular in Bridgend, South Wales. They like have held up this tradition still for centuries.
Okay.
So a group of men, traditionally, like centuries ago, originally, as far as people can tell, the group
originally, traditionally.
Yes,
Okay.
it has a very because it's been going on for so long. There's not a lot of information to like really pinpoint an origin story to the Mary Louid.
Okay.
So, so the groups
probably does it predate like written history?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a lot of lore that's existed a lot longer. The documentary that I was watching was super fascinating. He talked about like all these lores and why they think that the animal that they use for this is the reason why they use it, because it stands for fertility. And this, like, if you have to go back thousands of years to get like why this is the way that it is now.
Okay.
And it was really fascinating. So originally, there was a group of men who used to be drunken farmhands and workers that were rounded up from local pubs, but it's a little bit more organized now, this whole celebration.
Yeah.
They would dress in character. There was the ostler, which was a smartly dressed man who would lead the Mary Louid through the streets.
It's like an ocelot, but kind of different.
Much fancier.
Yes.
And so they would go door to door, and then there was also a Punch and Judy figures.
A what?
Punch and Judy.
Those are two separate?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
not
a
like
puppet.
I thought about like one of those standing bags that you would like punch and they pop back up, like a Punch and Judy. It's just a lady's face.
No, Punch and Judy. And so they're really they're reminiscent of like slapstick comedy. They're like the puppets. Have you ever seen Hunchback of Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Okay. You know in the beginning
remember
when they're introducing the story?
I broke my face open in my bad posture? I was worried I was going to become Quasimodo.
Yeah. Oh no. So you know in the beginning of the movie he tells the story with the puppets? And they have like two characters, and like one of them's dressed kind of in black, and one's really flamboyant, and they hit each other with sticks.
I like her like dressed in black. I saw Hunchback like 25 years ago, and I don't remember what color the puppets were, but I do remember the puppets.
So yeah, I very clearly am a Disney nerd and watched that on repeat.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like
loved Esmeralda.
Crazy obscure Disney stuff.
So right at the beginning, that was kind of how they introed the movie, and there's like these two puppets that are kind of thumping at each other, and they've got big noses and like all.
Are they the same
stuff.
ones that are in the Santa Claus? You know how they got the puppets in the Santa Claus that fight in his room?
Oh no,
like
it's the same sort of it's the same sort of concept. Anyway, they're just people that are at each other. They're there just to wreak havoc, and they're called Punch and Judy.
Okay.
Okay. Now that you know the backstory and the Disney reference, let's go on.
I like the Punch and Judy.
Yeah.
It's like what are the two from Hercules?
Pain and Panic.
Pain and Panic. Instead of you have Punch and Judy. That lines up perfect.
So, Judy would carry a broom. Both Punch and Judy were intent on wreaking additional havoc to the whole chaotic affair. And lastly, there was the Mary Louid herself. So a man would dress himself in an ornate, fully functioning horse skull on a stick.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A horse. Okay.
Skull.
Yeah, I got you. That's a big skull on a stick.
On a stick.
Okay. Dramatic. I like it.
Yep. And then he would drape themselves in like a shroud or like a white fabric. So you couldn't see them. It was connected at the base of the skull, and he'd carry it around like this. He's underneath it. And then they would have strips of colorful fabric and bells that made up the mane and sort of decorated the whole thing.
Okay. This almost sounds like something you'd see like a Pride festival now, when you started putting like the different colors and the bells.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a unicorn.
But scarier.
Yeah, like a dead unicorn, but still, yeah.
And that from inside of the shroud, that's where he would operate the jaws of the horse head.
Oh.
So that's when I say fully functioning. I mean, like, it moves.
So you could lay a Mr. Edit.
Yeah. So they would wander about the villages in the middle of the night, calling out They would jingle bells, letting the whole neighborhood know that they were coming. So once the cacophony is heard, villagers would lock all of their doors and their windows and wait for the knock on their door. Because they didn't want to let it in. So next, once the ostler and the Marie Luid knocked on the doors.
It's spelled LWYD, so I get why that's
Yeah, it's also Welsh, and so their vowels don't make the same noise as our vowels.
Ain't that the truth?
So anyway, they would knock on the door, and usually it was a woman who would answer from behind the door, and then essentially a rap battle would ensue.
A rap battle?
Yes.
It's like Hamilton. We having Congress? Sorry.
Mic drops. So the Marie Luid would ask to come in, that they were there in innocent friendship, and that they just needed food and drink. So,
sure.
a typical reply back would be some sort of insult about how, like, dogs and cats. Yeah, it was literally.
I was waiting for Yo Mama jokes.
No, and they're not Yo Mama jokes. They're just specifically about Marie Luid. Okay. So, they would usually insult one another. One typical insult was that dogs and cats flee before the sound of their singing voice, or how the Marie Luid's breath stinks and they could smell it through the door. But like it was much more eloquent.
You got bad breath.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It was much more eloquent. The actual verse, once it was translated from Welsh, is whoop, I found it. There you go. It's, listen, funny man, your breath stinks through 2 yards of oak. Because doors are 6 feet tall.
Insults back then were so eloquent. Listen here, good sir. I can smell your sulfur through my door.
So the older generations would know the call and response to the song, but some verses, also known as wassails, are often made up on the spot. So one person managed to write down all 20 verses, like official verses, in a book one time, way back when.
The non-freestyle verses?
Yeah.
Okay.
The like standard, like when you go to like a shadow cast sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have your designated
Beth knows
callbacks.
a thing or two about that.
She does. Oh, no.
Oh, the coughs have set in. The black young will take her. Black lung. It's so hard to talk when you can hear yourself in your own ear. The struggle.
Let's hope that's not taken out of context.
What?
The black young will take me.
Oh,
No.
Did I say?
You meant to say long, and it came out very wrong.
Yeah. Let me enunciate for the first time in my life.
We should have done a vocal warm-up before this.
Oh, now brown cow.
So after going back and forth a bit, lobbing threats to summon like priests if they didn't leave, the group of the Wassail boys gained entry to the house. And this is when the real fun starts. The fire in the house is put out. The Punch and Judy start chasing any children and wives. Yeah.
Just Punch and Judy. Just Judge Judy throwing haymakers.
And then Judy would also start sweeping the floor to sweep out like bad spirits.
Okay.
And then the singing would continue. The Marie Luid starts snapping its jaws at like kids and other family members, like anybody that just took it a fancy, anybody they liked, they just like literally would snap their jaws at it.
Yeah. Intimidation, scare tactics.
Yep. And then the food was plundered and alcohol was raided. And then before the whole group departed for the night, a final song was sung, saying, "She's a lovely, lively mare. Thousands praise her. Her head is famous and naughty. She's full of unsurpassed medicines."
Naughty like pine?
Yes, naughty like pine. Like pine.
I don't know if you meant like naughty like N-A or N-O.
She's naughty. And then the Mary Luid and her companions would move along to the next house, getting drunker and drunker as the night goes on.
This is like caroling, but like the worst variety ever.
I wouldn't say worst. This sounds like a good fun time.
A giant horse skull comes and starts snap. Okay.
Yeah, and everybody gets drunk and has fun.
And then they rap battle, and then someone sweeps your floor.
Yeah. And when they leave, your house is blessed.
And your floor's clean.
Yeah.
It's a win-win.
It is. And they get food and more drunk.
We need a horse skull.
Yeah, we
go
do.
surprise our neighbors.
Oh, God. The ones that go to church 3 days a week.
Yes.
That already think I'm weird.
Yes.
So it's not really known exactly how or why or when this tradition started. The Mary Luid has been making rounds over the course of the winter for centuries. So the first written record of the Mary Luid is in 1798. There are also records on how to care for the horse skull so it could be used for years, so that like a horse isn't sacrificed for its bones every year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So that was just normal place to have a horse head in your like closet?
not your closet.
Oh, no? You just leave it out for all to see?
If it was in the local pub, yes.
Oh.
So it was, there was one of two things happened. Either it was stored at the local pub.
Yep.
I think maybe on display, because usually that's like where the farm hands and workers that were in charge of the celebration
Yeah.
would gather because that's where they'd go. They'd work 15, 16 hours a day and then go get smashed. And so they would be in charge, and that's where the skull was kept.
Yeah.
Or there was one designated family who was in charge of taking care of the horse skull, and they would actually bury it in lime and soil to prevent it from yellowing with age.
Okay. So the horse head handlers? Mm-hmm. That was a very distinct, like, proud moment for family?
Yes, this is very niche.
What are you guys doing today? Oh, we're digging up the horse head. Make sure it's still white from last year. Normal Tuesday. Whoa.
So every year...
Hi, who's your daddy?
Hi. That's clever.
It's an Indiana joke.
It is. Ugh.
Thanks for the follow.
So the skull would be, if it was going to be buried,
do you know what a Hoosier is?
Yeah, it's people from Indiana.
It's like the Indiana University mascot.
Like how we have Yoopers and Trolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just, it's
I know things.
It's sports-ish, so I didn't know. Yeah, I know. Trust me, you know a lot more things than I do. My area of expertise is small and useless. So
no, yours is deep and useful. Mine is large and useless because I know a lot of stupid shit.
Well,
that doesn't matter about a lot of stupid things.
This podcast kind of highlights both of our strengths. So
great.
And yes, I have black eyes and broke my nose for whoever's watching. Just that point, that guy looks tired. It's been a long holiday. You're not wrong, but these are from a broken nose. Just going to preface that with everyone that
any new person that pops up.
Yes. It was a sports reference. Sorry to distract.
Oh, no, distract away. I honestly didn't know it was a sports reference until I married him, so don't feel bad.
Yeah, I mean, I guess anyone who goes to Indiana, the University of Indiana University, I don't know which way it goes, but it's like their school mascot, so it's not just sports. What?
So what's the mascot look like? Is it just some white dude standing in the cornfield?
A Hoosier?
Yeah.
I have no idea what their actual mascot looks like. They all wear
it's a scarecrow.
Red and white striped pants.
It's a scarecrow.
I feel like it's an animal, probably. Anyway,
really?
Keep reading. I'll
you
Google
look it up.
Yep.
So, for the storing, if they're gonna bury it in the dirt and the lime, it's stripped of its decorations for the year.
Beth reinsured them that I don't beat.
Oh no! Every person made that joke. Whether we went to dinner, whether we were with family, at the church,
or
like every single one of them. Yeah, funerals. They're like, oh, did she do that? No, guys. 1, I'm too little. 2, I'm short.
The Hoosier mascot, it essentially is kind of a white guy.
He looks very colonial.
He does.
Like not the good colonial that got us our independence, but the bad ones that like.
Of course, you thought it was Hoosier racing. That makes sense too.
Yeah.
They're probably from Indiana, Indianapolis 500. See, we're connecting dots here.
Yeah, we are. So anyway, to store the horse skull in the ground, they would strip it of its decorations for the year, and they would bury it. So the decorations actually were the fabric and the bells and stuff was actually like strips of clothing and cloth that were donated, for lack of a better word, from the lovers of the men who would go around, her like companions.
Oh, okay.
Marie Louide's camp. Entourage, they would donate strips of fabric, or like it was single women in the area. We'll get to it. So.
Oh, that wasn't okay. That was just a foreshadowing.
Yeah, I just realized I just need to stick with what I wrote so I don't get distracted.
No, you should keep going back and forth. It's way better.
Love it. And so, apart from sweeping out the bad spirits as the reason behind the tradition with Judy sweeping the floor, there are theories that it was started as a fertility ritual because once the Mary Louide gained entry to your home, you were blessed with either good luck, good health, and fortune in a bountiful year. It's also theorized that it's rooted in the fertility because it's a group of men playfully harassing women, primarily in the house. So they go in and they are just mostly chasing women and children.
Flirting has come a
Around.
long way.
Yeah. Has it,
Although I
though?
feel like there's a certain group of like people, not gonna mention, if I came at you like a dead horse head and like a robe and like elaborate scheme, it probably would work.
It would work, yeah.
It'd get your attention. You'd be like, this is morbid and weird. I'm into it.
Yeah. I also like how you're like group of people.
Yeah. Yeah, you know your type. Anywho, can you quickly run and let the dog in? She's been outside for 25 minutes.
Oh, shit.
I just realized that. So we're going to take a quick intermission here. While she lets it... Hey, cool, you can hear her screaming at her dog. Normally, we come up with the most profane things we can think of to say to her to get her to come inside. So I was really hoping Tiff would throw out one of those. Okay, the dog's in. Anyway, hope everyone had a good Christmas. We did, for the most part. And now we're here.
Yep.
Okay, you're back.
I have the dog.
My feeling, this is our first live. You got to give me some buffer period there. Hoosier Tires are headquartered in Indiana. See? Told you.
Look at us go.
Right? All makes sense.
We've probably offended our one.
Do you
Indiana
know what
listener now.
hold on. I'm not a race fan. I'll admit this. Definitely not an indie like race fan.
Mm-mm.
Do you know what the winner of the Indianapolis 500 drinks to celebrate?
Lager.
Milk. I think that's the
What
thing.
a Midwestern thing to do.
I've always seen them doing it. I don't know if that's like actually true. So now, as soon as I said that, I was like, maybe that was just the one guy that did that all the time. But that's all I remember seeing the highlights of.
Are you sure it just wasn't rum chata?
Like your dad?
Yes.
Her 50-whatever-year-old dad was just drinking rum chata on the rocks today during Christmas. That's it.
We did shots. My dad was like, I thought y'all would be thirsty and brought rum chata.
A fifth of rum chata. Oh, it's whole milk. See? No, it's whole mild. But yeah, he had a wine glass with ice cubes and rum chata, and he's just sipping it, just super casual.
Yeah, and I introduced my parents to Fireball and rum chata, and that's what we did before we opened presents.
Yep, as you do at 11 on a Saturday.
Why not?
Merry Christmas. Okay, back to the story.
So.
Also, I'm sick of drinking. I don't ever drink out of a straw, and I thought it'd be quieter, and it's just weird.
So, oh gosh, I lost my spot, and I wasn't using my anxiety pen. Whoop, we found it. Mentioned the
towards
lovers.
the top.
Yep. And then over the years, though, like with the theories behind it and why. Oh.
What?
I made the camera mad.
What'd you do?
So with the theories behind it being like either bountiful harvests or fertility, or like sweeping out the bad spirits and bringing in the good.
Is this where Hung Like a Horse is going to come from?
No.
Okay, that would have been a great finish to this story.
So the lore and the point of it has evolved over the last 150 years. Now they do it just as like a way to honor the Welsh traditions and backstory and culture, because they were kind of pushed by like the British and the English to not, it wasn't Christian, so you can't do it. So now they're trying to bring back the history.
She's suggesting you highlight as you read. She has a pen. She just sucks at using it.
Yeah, I have a pen. I threw my paper on the floor. I usually do underline. That's why I need my anxiety pen.
Normally I edit out every time she loses her spot too. We do like pause. I don't know where the hell I'm at.
So even with its innocent beginnings, the threats to like calling the priest and invoking God and swearing to their souls, the tradition of the Mary Lwyd was called sinful by some Baptist preach.
Yep, they're not priests. They're just preach. Hey, preach. Good.
I've eaten once in like 8 hours, guys.
That's true. She was inhaling potatoes as the warm-up music was going.
So anyway, it was framed as sinful despite the fact that they would call upon like priests and like saving their souls and stuff like that during the singing, and the priest who called it sinful, he wrote a book about it in 1852. He's also the one who wrote out the 20-verse song.
To document it?
Yes.
He's just hating on the horse.
Yeah. Even though he was like, oh, this is sinful and y'all shouldn't do this, he was like, let me write out all of it so you can continue. Yeah. Like, sorry, you missed your mark.
Let me document this for research, and then I'm going to aid in its continual happening. Yeah.
Yes. So the tradition still lives on in little communities across South Wales. So it died down a lot during like the 30s to the 60s, but it's in a full revival now, with fun like full-on festivals you can go to in honor of the like tradition of the Mary Lwyd in Welsh history. There's also a 72-page booklet covering the history and traditions of the Mary Lwyd. And the booklet comes with little paper models. So it's like little flat sheets that you can fold up into like little mini horse skulls so you can make your own Mary Lwyd. I want one so bad.
We looked at getting those origami like paper animal heads.
Yeah, it's like that,
Etsy.
like thick.
Yeah. To like have like a crazy ass Wolverine coming out of your wall and stuff. But then I was like, is this gonna be like this big and like made out of sticky notes? And we're gonna spend $60 on it? You never know.
I don't think so. We saw one at the local art fair.
Yeah. I just don't know how long it would last.
Yeah.
But they're cool.
They are cool. So you can get the booklet and the little tiny Mary Lwyd if you'd like. Yes, that is the real war on Christmas. And the book was written by a lady named Rhiannon Iphans, and it's specifically to help educate future and current generations. Because there's actually, I was watching a cute little like video where someone followed around these people that've been doing it for like 5 or 6 years now. They would go around like bars and stuff, and they'd have the Mary Lwyd follow them around, and people would buy them drinks, and they'd knock on people's houses and like.
It's like a bachelorette party almost.
Yeah, but they did it every year. It was headed by this one woman.
Yeah.
And they would all dress up, and they'd have their characters, and they had the one guy who would go and do it. And he says he does it every year. He keeps his horse skull
in
every
lime
year.
and dirt.
I don't know if he keeps it in lime or dirt, how he stores it, but he would decorate it. It had like spirals and bells and like ribbons.
Just more and more elaborate every year.
Yeah, every year. That's and cool. He loves it. And they walk around their little town and they do it. And like it was 50-50 people that they interviewed who were like, oh my God, my grandpa talked about this. And that was how they told us to stay in line because the Mary Lwyd was going to come and get you. And like, and then there's other people that are like, no, I had no clue. And I've lived here my whole life. And this is really awesome. So it's making its way back.
It's almost like one of those obscure stories that gets popular almost more popular after it happens than when it actually was going on.
And so now they have like full on festivals, and it pops up too like every once in a while like other things around this time. Everything
it's
pops
like one
up
of those
in everything now.
cult following 90 movies that like bombed initially, and then like 20 years later it becomes like some crazy popular movie. What?
You mean like Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Sure, yeah.
Speaking of callbacks, like call outs, like call and response music.
Yeah.
So even though oh my God, I did it again.
I know you do. I edit all these podcasts. I know you do.
Oh God, I can't help it.
So, we're professionals, if you could.
Even though it drums up the stuff of nightmares, it's always a blessing to be visited by the Mary Lwyd. So that's the fun and kind of like dark imagery we're going to go with.
Oh, that's not the whole thing?
Now we're going to take a nice, creepy, hard turn into some darker folklore. From Iceland.
She said it was the 1970s Rocky Horror.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was the 70s? Oof. I couldn't imagine being born in the 70s. Like, I remember talking to my dad about Rocky Horror Picture Show the first time I went to a shadow cast, and he was like, what? You're going where? Because he'd seen it. Because he grew up in the
theater?
70s. Doubtful in theater.
Yeah. Although, I feel like that was, like, the main way movies were consumed back then.
Maybe.
So if he had seen it, like, originally?
I don't know if he saw it in the 70s or if it, like, in the 80s. Either way, my mom was probably the one that introduced him to it. Because she's the one who, like, I remember telling me about how she went she had people come over and she actually dressed them all in drag to go out.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
And it was like she was living with my Aunt Marianne at the time, and that was the first time that like anybody in my family had been exposed to like any type of LGBTQ community. And my mom's like, yep, I walked in with 5 dudes and I walked out with 6 ladies. Or yes, yeah.
Well, 6 total. Yes,
yeah, 6 with her. And
your mom was the manliest looking one of the bunch.
Rude. Maybe. She did have a perm in the 80s.
She's 6 foot tall.
Not anymore.
She was back then.
So on to the darker.
Also, in case you're ever curious why all of our podcasts now are an hour long, because like this one's super short. It's been 40 minutes because that's just how you rock.
Well, lives.
No, I know. I'm just harassing you.
Lives go longer too.
Well, yeah, we got interaction. That's the whole point.
Yeah. So our next bit of folklore is originated from Iceland. So
Okay.
please, dear God, I only looked up how to pronounce one of these words.
So you're just gonna butcher. Don't
Yeah.
you watch some TikToker?
A Nordic, yes. Yeah, but you still don't know what the hell they're saying. It's very breathy, and I don't know any of the proper sounds for the vowels that have the little dots and the lines and stuff over them. And I probably shouldn't be so much of an asshole, but I'm a little busy.
The umlauts.
Yes, umlauts.
Yes. I think that's what it is. I don't know. We're not a fact-checking podcast.
I also think that only refers to like the one little, just one of the symbols above German
The one
letters.
that goes up in French is the accent aigu. That's all I know.
Okay. I took Spanish.
I took French.
Look at us go. So this folklore also has a difficult backstory to determine.
Do you want me to pull out my only French sentence I remember?
Sure.
Je préfère vous avec moi dans mon lit. I would like you in bed with me.
Of fucking course it is.
An 18-year-old me took so long to get that one down. Never used it.
All right, so we're never going to France.
I mean, I remember like words and shit, but that's the only sentence I took the time to like figure out.
The worst part is he has an aunt and cousins in France. So like
I do.
I
thought.
Why do you need to know that?
I don't. It was just funny and it stuck because I actually thought it was fun. The stuff you had to learn, no, I don't remember shit.
Proper grammar.
Yeah, like everyday words, whatever. But no, I remember that. And if someone French person heard me, they'd be like, "That's terrible." Ferme la bouche.
Fema.
Oh, that's firm.
Fema. No.
Ferme la bouche.
Femme.
That's
Fema.
RM.
No, it's not.
I can read. It's RM.
I clearly need new glasses again.
What is?
What is it?
What is
Can we
ferme
get
la
a
bouche?
Can we get a translation, please?
I have my thoughts.
I have a firm labouche. I don't. Just kidding. No, you don't need to know that.
What is?
No, Google it. I also
No.
think
I'm gonna wait patiently until
Just
Beth responds.
great content, just waiting awkwardly.
Watch Twitch will just like ban her. I'm just kidding.
It is. Shut your mouth.
It means shut up. Okay.
Okay, good. That's also my favorite phrase in English too.
Ferme la bouche. Okay.
I'll
remember that.
For some reason I thought it was like femme,
Yeah.
because like femme fatale and stuff.
Yeah.
But again, apparently I need new glasses.
That would make sense. That French teachers would shut that at you.
Um.
I forget what H-bomb always used to say. It'll come back to me. That was.
I never had her as a teacher.
Yeah. Anyway, that's like super small town.
Very niche.
Anyway.
Her husband was the gym teacher, right?
Yeah. Bab.
And they live like not that far from us.
They live by the bar, and they used to.
That bar?
No. Beach bar.
Oh. I was like, dang, they're real close.
Anyway. Press on.
So, our second, now that he's fully distracted me,
And my drink made
story
a horrible noise.
is again the back story is also difficult to determine.
Horrible Icelandic.
Yes, horrible
Press
and
on.
Icelandic. So experts can't pinpoint an exact origin, time, or story to this tale. It started showing up in literature in about 1862. There was even a poem written about it in 1932 in Icelandic, but it wasn't translated. Whichever, I'm not sure if it's like Finnish or what exactly. There's so many different languages there. But it wasn't translated into English until 2015.
Oh wow.
Our bomb of a furnace just shut off.
I don't even faze me anymore. We have a big house. Our furnace is loud. What do you want?
So, in Iceland, there's a folklore surrounding
where?
in Iceland.
In Iceland.
In Iceland, close to Greenland, there's a folklore surrounding 13 trolls named the Yule Lads. Their numbers range anywhere between 9 to 22, but traditionally 13 seems to be the most frequently used number.
Oh, good lucky number.
Yep. So these trolls would come down from their mountain homes every day.
Wait, I'm so confused. Who are these people and why are they trolls? They're the Iceland.
Okay, so I don't know the exact word for it,
Why-
but it
when did they
translates to
become
Santa
troll-
Clauses.
Okay, when I was like, wait, when did they?
This is just the
They were
lore.
lads, and now
They're
they became
lads.
trolls.
No, their group name as
Okay.
like a singular group is the
That's their mascot.
yeah, no, just them as a whole. Like how you
The
have
Yule
like
lads.
yes, they're the Yule lads. That's like
Okay.
you know how we have like herds of sheep and like murders of crows. They have Yule lads of trolls.
Okay.
So these trolls,
Oh, that's a 1 for 1, but I'll accept it.
they're known.
Tis a holiday.
So they are known as Yule lads. There are 13 of them.
Okay.
And they come down from their mountain homes every day during the 13 days prior to Christmas. So each lad had ridiculous names like Sheepcoat Clod, who harassed the sheeps, but he was slowed down because of his peg leg.
Okay.
Okay.
These are. I just think of fucking like real life lawn gnomes.
Yeah.
Like ridiculous bearded, pointy hats,
Short gnomes.
Yes.
Yes, that's essentially it.
Okay. And one harasses sheep.
Yep. And
With a
then
peg leg.
Yep. And then there was Stubby, who steals pans.
Wait, Stubby wasn't the peg leg?
No, there's 13. No, that
okay.
guy was Sheepcoat Clod.
He
Stubby.
probably had a little jealousy about Stubby.
It's a sensitive subject.
Yep.
So Stubby, he would steal pans to eat any leftover crusts that were left in them.
So he's a raccoon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's Pot Licker, who steals leftovers from pots. There was Bowl Stealer, so he would creep under people's beds, waiting for them to put down their askar, which is like a type of bowl, just so that he can steal the bowl.
Okay.
He wanted the bowl.
There's a lot of marijuana references here, by the way. Pot licker, bowl stealer.
I don't know if Iceland has good enough. There's a lot of snow there. I don't think they have good soil for growing
I don't know.
the marijuana.
Stubby's probably a pot reference, let's be honest. I don't know.
There was Candle Stealer.
Okay.
Now we're getting into hard drugs. He would follow children to steal their candles and eat them.
He's just one of those fucking weird, what do they call that? Like people that eat like
The Pica disease. They have Pica.
yeah, but you like the like I don't know, where
A
people
goat.
will eat like paper and shit.
Pica.
Okay.
That's the
so
name
it's
of
like
the disease.
with wax?
Yeah, but back then, like wax was made out of tallow, which is fat. So
Oh, it was tasty?
yeah, probably tastier than soy candles nowadays.
Bacon candles.
Yeah. So he would steal the bacon candles. One of them would peep through windows. One stole meat.
His name was Tom. Don't laugh at that. That's a terrible joke.
So one would steal meat. One would steal smoked sausages. One stole milk froth from within the barns. One sniffed doorways.
Creep. Fucking creep.
And then one, who I believe...
Just sniffing your doorway. See?
Is that what they're calling it nowadays?
Ask the smoked meat guy. I don't know. Sorry.
and then
terrible names.
and then one you would particularly enjoy. He would slam doors.
So he's a poltergeist.
Yes.
Just a little lawn gnome. Just oh fuck you. Can we? Yeah, we can swear in here. Fuck you.
It's our show. We can do what we want.
You're probably supposed to put like some explicit thing. Whatever.
Whatever.
You guys will figure it out.
So apart from all of the annoying minor inconveniences they caused, they would also carry off any children who misbehaved or cried too much.
Okay.
Their mother, on the other hand, her name was Gryla.
The Yule gang mother?
Yes.
So these are all brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they all lived in the mountains.
Okay.
So her name was Gryla. She was a giantess who produced trolls. She's claimed to have hundreds of heads, 6 eyes, 15 tails, and goat horns.
How many vaginas does she have?
She just has one body, so I would
No.
assume
She
just
produced these all at the same time. She has 13. She just pumped these all out at once. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
one. One and done. That'd be great.
13. Yes.
I thought that for the longest time I wanted twins so that like I could have 2 kids and
Whoa.
no one would ask me anymore if we would have any children after that. And in hindsight, there's absolutely no way I could handle twins. I could barely handle one.
Right? Your tiny frame would just shatter.
Yes. Yeah, that one I had to be pulled out of me. I didn't
Yeah.
even actually give birth. Thank God for modern medicine. So anyway, Gryla was the real scary one. Parents would use the lore of Gryla to scare children into behaving, telling them that she would kidnap naughty children, take them back to her cave in the mountains, skin them, and put them in her cauldron and make a stew, which she would feed to her...
That escalated.
quickly.
Yep.
Yeah. She would then feed the stew to what was, he's even called this, he's literally labeled the lazy husband. His name was,
Typecasting. I like
yeah,
it.
yes. His name was Lepal Ludi.
Lepal Ludi.
Yeah.
Okay.
100% probably not how it's pronounced.
Probably not.
No.
RuPaul?
Yes. So, luckily, with modern day lore, the Yule lads have
that's
reformed.
one name. Lepaludi. I bet you
Yes,
it's Lepaludi.
Yep.
With with a Icelandic accent.
This had 2 dots over it, so I don't know how you would say this.
I like how you did that. Like, so that means it's Lepaludi.
Sure. So luckily with
I feel
modern
like
day,
this was Hagrid's mom or something. Yes. Who's the big chick that comes with the
lump.
With the
a lump.
Fleur? Is that her name?
A lump.
Wait, her name's a lump?
Yes.
Like a
Madame Maxine a lump.
Okay, I knew it was Madame Maxine. I didn't realize it was a lump. What?
In hindsight, that is kind of rude
Right?
to name the half giantess a lump.
Yeah, very breast cancery. Rude. What?
Wow, that got dark.
When you say a lump, that's what I think of.
So anyway, with modern day lore, the Yule lads have reformed, just like our Lord and Savior, into a less mischievous beings, into something more benign.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So now they just go about leaving little gifts in shoes that are placed on windowsills or on doorsteps.
Oh, that is lame as shit.
Mm-hmm.
I want Creepin' Tom. I want Peepin' Peter. I want Door Sniffin' Dale, whatever his name was.
I didn't give his name, but I'm sure it was something super creative like Door Sniffer.
Yeah.
They obviously have Icelandic names that probably sound awesome, but translated to English, they suck.
You are not wrong about J.K. Rowling's hint of racism.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And, like, actually going back through and listening to Lord of the Rings, there's a little bit of racism there, too. But, like, also, it was written in the 1800s.
I was going to say, yeah.
And it wasn't necessarily bad. They were just in awe of people that lived down south with darker skin. I was like, no one addresses this issue, guys.
In Aw's different.
Yeah. They didn't say anything bad. Like, I think the worst they said is that they're wild. Which, I guess if they're trying to get their point across, I don't know. It just hit a little bit wrong. It was like 1 or 2 lines, and that was it. But we've come a long way.
When was that written? 18-something, you said?
In the late 1800s, I think.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you imagine if they tried to make a movie out of it, like at the turn of the century with their little Nickelodeons? Drop a nickel in to watch a film? No? Okay. Again, useless information.
No idea.
So after all of that, now we're going to get to the really dark part.
Oh, good.
What family isn't complete without a loving furry companion?
Okay.
Would you like to guess what their pet is?
Let's see. They're lawn gnomes. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know, Bert. Oh, you said furry, though. Mm-hmm. Not a tiny toyossi like ours?
No. There's nothing tiny or toy about it.
Okay. Is it a Krampus? Bigfoot?
No. We'll get so along with we'll get to it. So along with the 2 weeks of like little gifts and mayhem, Christmas is finished with and this one I attempted to write out phonetically. Hold a lot of Gurton.
It's better than dropping a lot of Gurton. Sorry,
It is spelled JOLAKO with the 2 dots, TTURINN. But I listened to it thrice, and I'm pretty sure she said out loud, "Hold a lot of Gurton," also known as the Yule Cat.
Okay.
So
like, you said it was big.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So the Yule Cat is a staple in Icelandic lore, featured on everything from decorations and illustrations to school plays. The Yule Cat's origin is up for debate as well.
I just think it's like the Cheshire Cat. That's all I can see. Like that's what I want it to be, purple and everything.
Nope. So one scholar believing it might be tied into with Saint Nick, another believing that there may have been like a turn of phrase that got extended into full-blown lore. Another theory is that it promoted family bonding over wool production and encouraged people to have a productive winter.
Were people fleecing their cats back then?
No. It was a story. Anyway, we'll get to why the wool production's important.
Okay.
And it provided so the wool production over winter provided materials like it provided clothes for them, but also provided something that they could export.
Okay.
and it was a whole family affair. Like, people would sit down over the winter, like, to candle lights, and they would all work as a family unit, even kids. And so, like, older people would work on the wool, and then younger kids were encouraged to read to pass the time. So it actually led to increased literacy in Iceland. I think they had a literacy rate of like 90% in the 1800s.
Just probably astronomical compared to everywhere else.
It's astronomical compared to us today. Like I legit know people from when I worked in the scrapyard who never learned how to read and write, alive today, walking around.
Why would you?
There were 3 or 4 of them who would
Jokes.
just sign X's. Like, literally could not sign their names.
That's crazy to think of, but
Yeah.
yeah. Since
It
our
was-
8-year-old can read and write, and
Yeah.
she's been here.
Well, you know, these
For
are
8
like
years.
50, 60-year-old men who grew up poor.
Yeah. Still, it's crazy. You
Like,
think
my dad used an outhouse, like, on the reg.
yeah.
And he was born in the 60s
Okay.
because they grew up that poor.
Yeah. I was going to say, his is kind of an exception, I would hope. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, back then, I guess in the 60s and 70s was, like, a little bit more of an exception, but, like, it still existed. It's crazy.
Oh, thanks, Not Boat, for your generous offer.
Yes. So, anyway, the Yule Cat, since I got really dark about how sad the world, the state of affairs are in the world, the Yule Cat was a large, fluffy cat taking on the appearance of a house-sized Norwegian forest
It's
cat.
like Clifford.
Yes.
We have a Norwegian forest cat.
We do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Because everybody just assumes that really big cats are just Maine Coons. But when you look at Maine Coons, they have very long faces. And so I was like, what other cats are really big? Because he doesn't have a big, long face. And so I was looking up other big cats, and the thing that came up was Norwegian forest cats. And they have the exact same face and fur pattern and tail and everything as Leo.
Hold on.
You're going to pull them up?
Yep. Hold on.
Oh, look at how beautiful they are. Oh, they're so lovely.
Okay. Hold
'Kay.
on. Look. We are.
Fancy.
Whoosh.
These
can
are
share
Norwegian forest cats.
This is what we have at our house. Like, this is what our black cat looks like.
Yeah. He's got a little more brown in him than white, but they're these big, fluffy, and they're huge. Like, Leo's like a 25-pound cat.
Yep. This is our cat.
Yeah.
Eye stock.
In fact, Beth has a slightly smaller version of our cat.
Yeah, and he's kind of cross-eyed like this one.
Yeah.
Not quite that cross-eyed, though. That cat's got it going on. Oh, right here. This is our cat. That's pretty much, that could be a picture of our cat. Anywho, hold on. Whoosh.
Oh,
Look at
you
that.
go. We're
Look
so
at
fancy.
me. Oh, it took all the chat away.
Oh.
Bummer, dude.
So,
I don't get our not boat comment on there.
oh, no. So,
This is our first stream. I'm just, the bells and whistles I created, they blow my own mind. Since I know 1% how to use this program.
so it is a house-sized.
Yeah, my cross-eyed. I didn't know your cat was cross-eyed.
Oh, your cats are cross-eyed too?
Ours isn't quite that bad, but
I'm more cross-eyed than our cat is. And I didn't realize I was cross-eyed until I was an adult and really looking at my face, and I was like, oh, I've got one eye that drifts severely
I think cross-eyed
inward.
cats are adorable. I wouldn't make fun of them.
No,
I would just stare at them every day and be like, yeah, you are. Get after it. Who are you even looking at? Look at me.
So anyway, the Yule Cat is a house-sized Norwegian forest cat with glowing eyes and sharp whiskers.
Sharp whiskers? Like
Yes.
porcupine
Like
whiskers?
stabby whiskers.
Oh, that
Yes.
just reminds me of Homeward Bound.
Oh, no.
When Chance gets the porcupine
No,
to the beak and it's like
no.
when it's sticking out of his jowls.
Oh, that freaked me out so bad.
I like how when you get stressed, you still do your skincare. You're like, oh, no lines.
So, anyway.
Agreed. Who's your daddy? All cats are adorable.
Yes.
Some-
Even bald ones. He won't let me get
No.
he won't let me get a hairless cat, and I'm upset about it. Our house is too drafty. It'd probably get really cold.
It just looks like walking foreskin.
The best part.
And my name's Scott. You want to be able to sit there and be like, Scotty down, and just stroke your weird hairless cat?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Not going to happen.
I have a new life goal. Better than singing Scotty Doesn't Know.
That's true. Keep talking. I'm empty.
Oh, no. I'm almost done, though. Can you wait? Oh. Or do you just want to go pour us a couple shots? We'll take them real fast.
No. We're in our 30s, homie.
So,
Put them in a sweater. Oh, the hairless cat. We could do that.
Yeah.
Or you could just have a cat with fur.
no.
Are you okay over there?
I'm fine.
Okay.
No, I agree. We should put him in a sweater.
Yeah. You
Yep.
know I love animals in human, not human clothes, but like in clothes.
No, human clothes. We're actually going to go get little onesies for Bella.
Yes. Perfect.
Yep.
And a diaper.
Well, after the white chocolate incident, she might need one.
That's true. She's been good so far. Anywho.
So,
Press on.
Anyway, we've got our giant Norwegian house cat with the pokey whiskers. He, on Christmas night, would prowl the streets for unsuspecting victims. Its favorite prey? Children. More specifically, children...
Why does everything want to eat the children?
Because literally every folklore tradition is specifically designed to make children behave.
Yeah. Just scare
Even
them.
the elf on the shelf, which my child... Thank you. Don't hate on my dreams. Our child announced that the elf was creepy, so we don't have to do the elf on the shelf.
You do know the chat's bigger on that side, right?
I have a big giant mic in the way.
I was just making sure. This is, you're new to this too. I was just making sure you knew where everything was.
It's not a good view.
That's true.
Yeah.
I did that on purpose. Because fuck children.
Oh, I mean, they're our future,
For the
though.
most part. Especially the ones that deserve to be dragged away by a giant hellcat with
Pointy whiskers.
pointy whiskers.
Stabby whiskers.
I was trying to think of a fun name for them. I couldn't.
Stabby whiskers.
Stabby whiskers.
Yep.
Yes. Wicked whiskers.
Ooh, wicked whiskers. I like a good alliteration. So, they would prey on children. More specifically, it would prey on children that either did not receive any new clothes for Christmas or the ungrateful little shits who decided not to wear their new clothes for Christmas. And then he eats them.
In honor of, like, how stupid the English language is, can we talk about the two different versions or, like, definitions of the word prey?
Yeah.
How fun.
They seem very polar opposites.
Yes. Yeah. Every time you said that, I was like, oh, prey. Nope. Oh, prey. Nope. Nope. Bad prey. Bad prey. Yeah, both times.
Yeah, one
Bad
usually
prey.
involves death, and the other one's asking for like forgiveness
Yeah.
and like eternal life.
Just of all the dumb things like read, like everything that has like the same word but different.
Two, and two.
Yeah. No. Pray and pray are definitely the
They're
one.
very much polar opposites.
Yeah. Anyway, keep going. Sorry, that just hit me funny when you kept saying those asshole kids. That's that.
Oh, I was like, it really hit me funny when you're talking about how much kids are assholes.
When you're talking about those. Oh, look, you have a drink still.
Rude.
I made that drink. Thank you.
So,
Also, every time we said anything down, I'm sorry, it sounds like thunder. You got to deal with what you got to do with here.
so there was a poem written by Johannes Jörg Holtlam
Nailed it.
about the Yule Cat, and the last line in the poem goes, quote, "Everybody knew he hunted men, but did not care for mice."
Well, the mice he would he would hunt would have to be the size of like what, a school bus? Because he's the size of a house. Yeah.
So the folklore used to get children, that was used to get children to behave, was so out of control in Iceland that in 1764 the government stepped in to pass a law stating essentially that the foolish customs of scaring children into behaving with Yuletide lads or ghosts shall be abolished.
Buzzkills.
I know.
Just let people do their traditions.
Yeah, it's not hurting anybody.
Yeah, what do you guys say? Don't kink on someone's clunk, or what is it?
Don't yuck someone's yum.
Yeah, don't do that. I'm not saying it. It's weird.
So in Reykjavik, it's Reykjavik.
It's Reykjavik,
right?
yeah. That
Look
one
at me go. It's because I want to go to Reykjavik so bad. It's on my bucket
Yeah,
list.
as soon as you can spell
New
it.
Orleans, Reykjavik. I copied and pasted that.
Did you? Oh, I thought you might have copied and pasted like a phonetic spelling.
No, because I know how to pronounce that. So there's a giant LED glowing sculpture of the Yule Cat.
100% this creature could be in The Witcher, by the way. That's what Beth just said.
For sure, yeah. We should write in with like suggestions.
Is that how that works?
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
that
They're
how
like, you know what? That sounds like a great idea.
Is that how Netflix
a
specials?
giant cat with wicked whiskers eating children.
Yes. And then The Witcher would rip out his whiskers and stab him with him.
While oh shit, it starts.
Jaskier?
Yeah, Jaskier's like playing the lute in the back.
I have seen all of his shirtless pictures.
He actually Jaskier's or
Yes. It's that whole like I watched The Witcher for the plot, and now that's the plot shirt.
Yes.
It's him like all ripped out, and it's like fuck you. Just doing like strumming, push-ups, strumming. Yeah, no, fuck, he shouldn't be ripped.
No, he's a musician.
Anyway, we also haven't watched the season, so maybe it fits in, but just have a fat guy there. Come on. Just be a happy...
Is that why you like Fantastic Beast? Because the main character
the secondary character?
Yeah,
the baker?
Yeah, the baker.
That loves him some good pastry?
Yes.
And you can tell? Yeah. Oh, you posted that? Well, that's why I saw it.
So anyway, there is a giant sculpture in Reykjavik of it was an LED light sculpture and of the Yule cat that's at the city center. It has glowing red eyes and glowing white fur.
Does it look a little like the Cheshire Cat?
If Cheshire Cat and like the creepy cat from Coraline had a baby, that's what it looks like.
You said red eyes and white fur?
Yeah, red eyes and white fur.
So it's like the Mothman and the Yeti had a love child. And it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Good. That's terrifying.
So those are my 2 Christmas lores that don't involve Santa Claus or Jesus Christ. Predates all of them.
Nice.
Yep.
Well,
at least the first one for sure does.
Yeah.
The second one's kind of questionable.
Yeah, that one seems like new-ish.
Yeah, and it's kind of one of those things that just sort of grew up out of things and then just became part of the lexicon. And they're like, yeah, this is where it came from.
That's super fun.
I'm like, sure. Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah.
Look, you made it to an hour.
Yay.
All right.
I just didn't want to read like a page and a half and be like, and that's one thing. So I thought I meant to do just the Christmas cat, and then I started reading about it, and I was like, well, shit, now I got to do the backstory of Gryla and the Yule lads, and
the Yule lads were super fun.
Yeah, the whole thing's fun.
Like, I think there needs to be like a poster with the 13 little Yule lads and how ridiculous they are.
There's one.
There is?
Yeah, one of the websites that I was supposed to do sources.
She chucked them on the ground already.
One of these websites does have a little poster, and I was actually like, they have a graphic, and it has like their names and what they do, kind of like in tiny little font. I'm like squinting, trying to read it, and as I scroll down, they actually had a list of them. And I was like, oh.
As you break your eyes. You probably touched my screen, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Monitor touching's a big pet peeve of mine.
Look, I didn't. So anyway, sources. Wales.com/aboutculture/about Marie Lwyd, which is like, it's from Wales, like official website. They have a bunch of things you can click, and one of them is the Marie Lwyd.
I love that Wales has their own official website.
Well, we do too.
Do we?
Well,
Would
yeah,
there be
we've got,
this
like,
kind of fun stuff on it?
No.
Exactly.
No, they'll just try to make it seem like we didn't commit mass genocide. And then there's a doc on YouTube by the Celtic source, Marie Lwyd. Celtic source. It was Marie Lwyd, the Welsh sources and meaning. So that man was super fat.
Was it a Welsh of information?
It was a Welsh of information. And it was a Welshman giving you a Welsh of information.
Onlyinyourcountry.com. Get out of here. Get out of here, Beth. Did that send a hyperlink too? We can click it. I ain't clicking on that.
Oh God, that's amazing. That's the parent website of all of the onlyinyourstates.com.
Yes, 100%.
New sponsor. And then
first sponsor.
And then
I almost did click it. Good call.
Don't do it though. Like it might like flood your computer with viruses.
I think it's probably legit.
You think so? Go to it and we'll screen
no,
share
no,
and see what
it's
happens.
fine. I think that's a bad idea.
And then I used adventures.is. It was a blog about Icelandic Yule lads.
Do you want me to go on Twitter and do the hashtag FF while we're at it? Because that'll get this whole video taken off of every platform.
And then there was IcelandicFolklore.is, the Yule cat. And then a quick video from PBS called Monstrums, Season 1, Episode 2. It's called the...
Sorry, I was reading the title of the episode.
It's called The Wicked Feline Murder Floof.
Murder Floof.
So, with the wicked whiskers.
Yes.
And those are my sources.
The Murder Floof.
Yep.
I think that's what we'll call this. Well, we haven't decided. I don't think we're going to post this as an audio episode. We might put it on YouTube. Just because we have the video already.
I suppose.
We'll think that out after this.
Yeah.
After I get to refill this.
Since you stole all of mine.
Yes. No, you still have some.
A sip. So
Anyway.
Thanks for sticking with us.
Yeah, if you made it this far.
Congratulations.
I never
Sorry
did.
about all the side tangents. And
No, that's the murder floof.
yeah, and then the murder floof.
Oh.
Should I go get our murder floof for like an on?
No, that would be.
I'd have to pry him off of our new fluffy duvet that we got for Christmas as a house present, and he would be upset about it.
Yes, he would. It's a very.
Make it a Patreon?
Oh, we could.
Yeah.
A Patreon.
Patreon?
Yeah, we'll do the audio. We can upload it on Patreon. And then, well, no, I still have to write the Patreon episode. We can make it a bonus one there.
But
right?
who's your daddy? Does he want to see the cat? Is that, or she, or them, there, whomever? I don't know your pronouns.
I don't know either. Apparently, they do want to see the cat.
I can go get the cat.
Okay, go. Be quick about it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, let me fill the void. Okay, if you want me to fill the void, I'm making a drink, guys. All right. This is Bartender 101 when it's Christmas and everywhere's closed and you have to use this in the house. Double shot glass. Don't mess around with a single. You're just going to make 2 drinks. Vodka. Use Tito's. Don't be cheap. I guess you could use fancier vodka, but we have Tito's. Sprite 0. Count the cows. 8. 4 plates too many. She's searching for the cat still. Fill the void. And then for flavor / vitamins, Mio. Because this is your 30s. Then you have a delicious little drink. She still hasn't found the cat. Uh-oh. I don't think we have a cat anymore, guys. It has left. But yeah, this will be on YouTube, hopefully shortly after. I don't know when. And then, guess watch it. I like how you're enjoying this. We have a big house, so the cat could be in like 1,000 places. Did you find him?
I did.
She's coming. She found the cat.
Sleeping with the child.
Here's our Norwegian. Oh my goodness, his belly is so bare. Our Norwegian mountain cat. He's gonna be grumpy.
I'm out of shape.
He's a big boy. Oh,
Oh, this is our murder floof.
it is. I don't think you can quite take into like how big he is.
For reference.
Okay, I'll move your chair. This is we're gonna be finishing up. Yeah, that is
This
his.
is our cat.
She's as, or he's as big as her torso. he's what? 10 years old now?
11.
11. Yeah, he's a big boy. And now our tiny dog is gonna attack. And that's our
And
dog.
this is the turd we had to let out.
And that's the dog. Yes. Holy Jesus. Yeah, the cat's awesome. The dog's a shithead, but pretty cool too.
Yeah, the cat weighs twice as much as the dog.
How are you doing over there? How's your cardio? She's ran through the whole house. She's gonna need a minute. I made a drink while you were gone.
Oh, thank you. Is that for me or you?
No, it's for
Oh, damn. No, we got COVID over a year ago, and I'm still like struggling.
Yeah. I have dried blood still in my nose from breaking my nose, so I can hardly breathe too. So we're broken.
Right.
Yay, 2021.
Oh, 30s are rough.
Anyway, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
We'll do this again.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just record a normal podcast like this and not like a random Christmas night one.
Okay.
Just because, why not?
Yeah.
Feels like it's not just into the void. Gotta start pole dancing, girl.
Look,
Follow
my
you guys
heart
most
literally
for
like
the cats. I get that. We're here for the animals too. We have a parrot. She'll be out we'll bring the parrot out the next episode.
Yeah.
She's a real crowd pleaser.
Yeah. Maybe we can do maybe I can do like a New Zealand or Australian
Oh.
crime. Ooh.
Her wheels are already turning.
We gotta do. You said we need to do more like classics, ones that people have heard of. So I've got one in particular that I'm sure Beth has heard of.
Okay.
Yep. I got a couple.
Your Rolodex of true crime is terrifying and wide.
I think. Oh shit. I think the one woman's based out of Australia. Now I can't remember, but there's definitely for sure one man.
Yeah. Also, Who's Your Daddy? We do have 70 episodes ish. I think it's 70.
You don't know this person could be a listener.
No, I'm just saying we do have them up on.
No, Barbie and
Spotify
Ken.
and
Barbie and
everywhere.
Ken were from the UK. It's the
Don't say it out loud.
it's
Teaser.
the it's a national park. Starts with a B.
National Park.
a national park killer in Australia that starts with a B.
Again, it sounded like you said perk. How do you say milk?
With an I, like a proper person. Milk.
National
It's
Park.
not milk.
How do I find them? Y'all's shows?
Oh,
Well, this is the first live we've done here, but if you just want to listen to our podcast, you can just go to Spotify, iTunes, wherever, and just search Tell Me Something Terrible. We should show up. Or you can click, I think in our info on here on Twitch, you should have links to all that too.
yeah, and we're on buzzsprout.tellmesomethingterrible.com. Or no, it's tellmesomethingterrible.com. No.
I think I know.
Tellmesomethingterrible.buzzsprout.com.
Is it?
And that's our host website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you go to our info on Twitch, you should be able to find it too. So
There's mostly women, but I think he killed a couple of couples too, using them as target practice in the forest.
what are you guys talking about? Whatever
She
you're
said,
talking.
yeah, she said, I think I know who you're talking about. If that narrows it down
for your Australian one.
Yeah, but there's a woman
Can we
who
just
skinned her husband.
if
I
we
think
do
she's
an
Australian
Australian
too.
one with the bird in the background, I will drink 3 giant Fosters during the entire podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean,
how will your sugar be after that?
blood sugar, it'll be fine. Ooh, I should make it so that my blood sugar posts on the screen. You can people show gamers show their heart rate monitor. I should have my blood sugar monitor.
People will let you know before it goes off. Sir, it's getting low.
Yes. Anyway, thanks for listening.
Yes, and again, if you've made it this far,
Congratulations.
and we appreciate you.
Yep. We'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.